Hey, buddy. What are you? What are you? And where are you going? Just walking to the inlet, and let's see if I can find him. There he is. First shark's tooth. Yay! They say it's a long walk down to the inlet, and pulling a wagon with an ice chest in it and gear is just a way to stay fit, I guess. Yep. Yep. And yep. Always plenty of jellyfish here at Edisto. Chances of finding a good knobbed whelk increase when you go to the shell beds on the other side of the inlet and search those shell beds. Now that's a lettered olive. It's our state shell. This is a big one. It's a big one, and it's a nice one. Yeah. Again, in the shell beds on the other side of the inlet. I think these knobbed whelks are some of the prettiest shells. I just love them. Okay, just walking back from the inlet, caught the fish, gathered some shells, and I looked down, and this guy's right here. Yeah, right there. Yep, day 2, just walking down to the inlet, pulling my wagon so I can go fishing. Okay, Michael, what are we doing?
We're going fishing.
Yes, we are.
If we can ever get there.
Yeah, if I stop leaving stuff in my trailer and you have to go back and get me. All right, we're gonna have a good time today.
That's right, I'm gonna catch a big one.
Ah, me too. Michael, what are we doing?
Having steak and potatoes.
Wow.
Purple potatoes.
Purple potatoes from my garden, broccoli and carrots, and you have cooked these steaks. They look really wonderful. Are we supposed to eat these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually.
Okay. Whoa! Need 2 hands on the wheel. Enjoy my bike. And it has taken me over here through the Maritime Forest, and there's houses over there. Right behind those houses is Jungle Road. Trail leads to the Indian Maiden, where Indians, that is, deposited all their oyster shells and things like that. And they've got a sign here explaining all that. And before it washed away, it was a really nice trail right down to the water. I believe Helene did this months and months and months later, and it took me 5 weeks to clean up what Helene did to our property. Last night it rained so hard and so long, I had at least 4 inches of water in this wagon. So I'm in campsite 70. I've been here for 3 days. The first night I was in campsite 50, and today I moved to campsite 12 for the next 7 days. So glad to be here, despite the fact that it has rained and rained and rained. Yesterday, fishing, got soaked to the bone, shivering and shaking. It was so cold, but it was so much fun. Well, this is what the weather is like for, well, for the past few days and for the next few days. Yes, you're hearing the very familiar sound of rain. It's so funny. It just wants to rain and rain and rain. So, while it's raining outside, I'll just heat up this frozen chili if I can get it out of this jar and enjoy it. Well, it's raining and I'm hungry, so for lunch I'm gonna have some veggies. Some bell peppers and some broccoli, carrots, cucumbers, with some of Ruth's pimento cheese. So this is my Ninja Creamy, and I brought with me in my refrigerator freezer pre-frozen ice cream, homemade ice cream, my own recipe. And so I just blend it up, has the consistency of homemade ice cream, add a little bit of chocolate to it, and this is so yummy.
All by yourself. And fishing on holy days without even thinking about it, with no respect for our God.
What about Pikuach Nefesh? We can break a commandment to save a life. Our lives are at stake
You
here.
know that because you have not pursued the Lord lately. Not like the man that I met.
I'm so glad I bought The Chosen, got the seasons 1 through 4, and I just really enjoy this series. It just takes you back into the New Testament and makes things come alive.
Yeah.
A person must be crazy to go out in this kind of windy, rainy weather to go fishing. Not a very good fishing day today, but there are other reasons to walk down to the inlet. Yes, this is a beautiful fossilized stingray barb. Small stingray. Well, the power's out, and so I'm just doing the best I can, and this is what I got just before I went and got my minnows. Got one flounder today. Terrific storm out there. Wind is blowing like crazy. Rained all day, soaking wet, but I'm drying off now. Yay! Day in a week that we haven't had rain and wind, and so hung this stuff up and hope it gets to dry before we see more rain. It's supposed to be okay for the next couple of days. We'll see. My fishing gear all ready to go, stringing up my lines and my poles, got ice in my cooler, and other things I need to catch, trap minnows, etc., etc. Looking forward to this day. Well, this is the first sunshiny day that we've had in over a week. I'm looking forward to fishing without getting soaked. Caught 8 flounder today, only one was a keeper. Well, these are turtle tracks. The loggerhead turtles come up out of the ocean, climb up there, lay their eggs, and go back down. Now, you're part of the turtle patrol.
Yes, for Edisto Beach State Park.
Okay, and what are we doing here? Can you just explain to me what's going on?
So this nest was laid right at the spring high tide mark.
Okay,
So we are moving it to higher ground.
okay.
So we are in the process of finishing up moving the eggs from the natural chamber to a chamber that we created.
That's really interesting, and you all have to be very careful about how you put these in here, right?
Yes, so this nest could have already started incubating. It could have been laid about 12 hours ago. We don't really know.
Okay.
So we have to play a crane game and be careful not to move the eggs in any direction because we could detach the embryo from the egg.
Yeah, I know you guys do a meticulous job every time you move these nests, and it's just interesting to see. And about how many eggs come to a nest usually?
Average is 120 eggs,
Uh-huh.
but this nest had had 154 eggs.
Wow.
So this is well above average.
Okay, and how many nests have you guys found so far this year?
This is nest 15.
15, and they go all the way to?
It really depends. So it's in a cyclical pattern.
Uh-huh.
So every third year is a high year. So
Okay.
this year is anticipated to be a high year.
Okay, and so you really stopped looking for these nests about what month?
Usually early August
Okay.
is when the nests stop.
Okay.
And then they'll just continue to hatch throughout the rest of the season until September or October.
Okay. Well, I know you guys have a lot of training going on here, so I better get out of here. And but thanks for helping out.
Well, Sam, though.
Okay, you two. So this is a really strange, weird-looking rock, and you know what it is now? What's it called?
Worm rock.
A worm rock, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of years ago, little tiny worms would create these things in clay and make all these holes and stuff like this. And this was, many, many years ago. Hey, I think I met your cousin. Where are you going?